Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back. Today is the last video for my motivation series, previously known as the 31 Days of Motivation, basically now just known as New Year's Motivation. I think I'm going to switch it around a little bit. Today we are talking about overcoming those obstacles and getting out of your own way. So if you're having any issues with that, then just keep watching. I have everything pulled up on my computer. I'm going to be looking off my computer, which is right behind my phone where I'm filming. So if I'm kind of going back and forth, that's why. First things first, you guys know the drill. If you don't already have the workbook, get into my Chasing Wellness free group and you can snag your own copy. Link is down below. Also, in my Chasing Wellness Fit Gym, my accountability group is actually going to be continuing the momentum in March. We are really honing in on our goals. We are re-examining our goals, revamping as we need to be, and just overall supporting each other to reach at least one of those goals by the end of March. So if you want to jump in, there's a form down below to fill out. Lets me know what your goals are so that we can get you started and get you in. Now, like I said, I am going to be looking off of my computer today. I have the guide pulled up on my computer. The sweater is still driving me crazy. Have you ever had an off-the-shoulder sweater that you just got it, you washed it to make sure it was clean, and then you put it on and it hasn't stretched fully out like this direction yet? Some days I wish I could just like tape it and like tape it down. But then I'm like, the only tape I have is duct tape and that's not really pleasant. Anyhow, as I'm getting distracted. If you didn't already check out my motivation video, I am switching all of this up a little bit just because at the end of January, I got pretty sick. I got a cold. Greg got a cold. I'm pretty sure Muffin may have gotten a little bit of our cold as well. I was down for probably about 2 weeks. When you haven't been sick in 2 years, you get sick and a cold takes you out. It's a lot. On top of it, I then had laryngitis and I couldn't talk for most of February. So rather than making you guys wait through all of these pieces and components, because I want to say like the motivation or the making it happen component was probably 4 or 5 days. And then the overcoming objection section is like 5 or 6 days also. I don't want you waiting that long. So I figured let's just crank it out. And that way then you guys have everything kind of bundled into one. So today we are talking about overcoming those objections, getting out of your own way, getting over those mental blocks and things like that. So the first thing that I always recommend is having an accountability partner. Accountability is totally and completely key anytime it comes to being successful with any sort of goal. It doesn't matter if you're trying to create a new habit, if you're trying to learn a new skill, if you want to get back in shape, if you want to cook more and not eat out as much, learn something new, whole 9 yards. Accountability is going to be key. Now, I'm not talking about that person that you check in with and like they punish you if you don't do it. What I'm talking about is having that partner that holds you to the standards that you want to be held to. So if, for example, it's working out, if you really don't feel like working out in that day, you're able to talk to them and then they're able to like cheer you on, do it with you, jump on Zoom live together or something. So, you know, think about the goals that you have and who could be an accountability partner that you can have that can help you with that goal. One of the things that is huge in my Chasing Wellness Fit Gym is because we've got all kinds of people who are wanting to change and chase health goals. They have things, maybe they have never worked out a day in their lives and they want to. Maybe they used to be in shape and they want to get back into shape. Maybe there is a trip that they want to fit into a certain outfit for. Maybe they're getting married and they want to look amazing and feel amazing on their wedding day. Or maybe they just feel kind of sluggish and they're just wanting to move their bodies more because our bodies are designed to move. In my Chasing Wellness Fit Gym, that's all that's about, is it's about accountability. It's about having those people that have your backs, that cheer you on, that celebrate the small victories, that are there for you on the days you don't really feel like doing it. So in the workbook, think about your goals and think about somebody that can help you with all of those. The next key to being successful long-term with any goal, achieving any goal, is tracking your progress. It's seeing what are those things that you've done to make progress, what are those things you still need to do, evaluating where you are. Have things changed? Have things been challenging? Has something been easier than you thought it would be? What are all of those things? Because when you break it down, a goal for something is actually a promise to your future self that something will be achieved for them. It's something you're doing for yourself. The next thing when it comes to getting out of your own way is getting rid of all of the unnecessary. What I mean is when you're trying to do a goal, it is so easy to think of all the fluff. How many times have, maybe you've worked at home and there's a project that needs done for work, but all of a sudden the laundry is so much more appealing than that actual project. It's unnecessary fluff because it's a distraction, because it helps us procrastinate. So this is one of the hardest things to do, though, because we are essentially eliminating baggage that is holding us down. And I'm not meaning like a relationship baggage or emotional baggage or anything like that. But what I'm meaning is, for example, how many times do we spend a half an hour, 45 minutes or more scrolling on Instagram, and then we look up and we wonder where the time went? That's an unnecessary thing. Now, if you're dedicating time for yourself and you're sitting in the bathtub and you want to scroll on Instagram, awesome, do it. But if you're trying to get better at meal prepping so that you're not ordering Uber Eats and DoorDash all week long, maybe instead of spending that hour scrolling, you take the 45 minutes to meal prep and then you have 10, 15 minutes to scroll. So think about those things. What are those unnecessary things that you can start eliminating? And again, I'm not saying just completely eliminate and never ever do them, but what are those things that keep you from being successful in those goals? The next thing that I like to talk to people about whenever I'm talking about overcoming obstacles and getting out of your own way is those absolute frequent obstacles. I mean, how many times have we started a goal, we've started trying to create a routine or habits, and then the weekend hits, and then we don't want to do it anymore, and then this becomes a lot more fun, or that becomes a lot more fun, or it's just plain annoying to wake up earlier in the morning, or we don't want to work out because we get sweaty and gross and we have to take a shower. Hi, been there, done that. So I did create a list of some of the most common obstacles that people have talked to me about that they've experienced and how I can help them get over it. So first and foremost is I know my goal, but I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how I'm going to reach it. Welcome to being human. It can be so overwhelming when you're trying to create this massive game plan to get to this goal. So for me, there is one of my goals is there's a dress that I have been wanting to fit back into that I fit into in grad school. I'm about a size and a half too big for it right now, but Greg and I are going to the Caribbean for my birthday in August, and I want to fit into that dress and wear it to dinner on my birthday. Now, August is 6 months away at this point. Holy crap, how am I going to do this? I got you. So first thing is you're going to achieve that overwhelming goal if you can identify the tools and components that you need to reach it. That will break it down, because first thing is, I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going to get it. Break it down. So for me, I know it's number one, I need to clean up my diet, because whenever I got sick, we ordered ramen at least twice a week for 2 weeks straight, especially because Greg got sick also. I currently have apple fritters frozen in my freezer, and I've been eating those. Okay, I need to clean up my diet, number one. Number two, I need to now get back into a more consistent routine of sweating or stretching, moving my body every single day, now that I'm okay to work out again. Because obviously you shouldn't work out when you're sick, because it can make it worse. So I have broken down the specifics of what I need to reach that goal, number one. Number two, with not knowing how to reach that goal, is get an accountability partner. Talk to somebody, let them know what that goal is, and you're going to be more likely to do things if you're held accountable to somebody every single day, if you're checking in. My Chasing Wellness Fit Gym accountability group, I check in with them every single day. They don't always have to check in with me every day, but I encourage them to. It's just an easy way to have support, to have that cheerleader that you might need in your corner, knowing you can get it. And then thirdly, talk with somebody who is an expert. So if it is wanting to learn a new skill, maybe take a class and talk to somebody and find out a game plan on how to do it. If you're wanting to get back into shape or something, talk to somebody who, either a personal trainer, somebody who has been there, somebody who has made those kinds of changes already and knows what's coming. So talk to that expert to help you out. The next big obstacle that I have heard and that my clients have come to me with is just how hard it is to stay motivated and committed. I've been there. I was 10 days into my newest workout program when I got sick and gave up, and now I'm finally allowed to work out again, and there's this little part of me that come tomorrow morning, I really just don't want to. It's been nice to lay out on the couch in the mornings. But are you going to reach that goal if you don't make the commitment? So one way to help yourself continue to stay motivated and stay committed is, again, going back to that accountability and support partner, because it works both ways. They're not just holding you accountable, you're holding them accountable and supporting them too. You're essentially like grabbing each other by the arms, linking arms and running together. It's kind of like that three-legged race whenever we were all in elementary school. That's kind of what it is. You're working together to reach those goals. That is, quite frankly, one of the biggest things to do. Over time, things like that will become a habit because it takes 21 to 28 days for our brains to form a habit. Once we have it, we've got it though, and it'll be so much easier. You just got to push through that. The next obstacle is one that is so kind of like cross-used. It kind of is funny at this point in time, to me at least. Basically, the obstacle is, but I don't want to pay money for it if I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. Guess what though? The best things in life aren't always free. Plain and simple. If you want to learn to cook a certain dish and you have to take a cooking class, you're going to have to pay money for that. If you're wanting to learn a skill and you want to take some classes at maybe a community college, you're going to have to pay money for that. If you're wanting to clean up your diet and you want to stop eating all the junk food, you're going to be spending more money at the grocery store. You're not going to be eating out as much, but you're going to spend more money on the healthier, clean foods. If you want to commit to working out, walking and running can get you so far, but if you're wanting to tone up the muscles, you're going to have to spend money on weights and things like that. No matter what, any hobby and any routine, any goal change, anything like that, it's going to require an investment. I hate to break it to you, but it is. If you want to do something as simple as, start walking, you might need new sneakers. Unfortunately, that's the harsh reality of it, is any goal worth doing is probably going to require an investment. Any hobby worth doing requires an investment. I mean, how many times, do we want to go and we do something, like maybe we want to go play mini golf with friends and we don't bat an eye paying $20 to do it, or you go see a movie and you pay for the movie ticket. Like, those are hobbies. Those are things that we enjoy doing and we pay money for it without blinking. If you want to learn a new skill or if you want to do something to reach a goal, you might have to do it. Now, I'm not saying shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars, because there's YouTube for one thing, but also, for example, the online gym system that I use, it's like $100 for a year and I get all of the programs I want. I mean, it's an investment, but it's less than a gym membership basically. But it has, at least 25 plus programs. There's also a live feature on it that I can take live classes. You can do spin classes, you can do running, strength training, cardio, HIIT, Tabata, whole 9 yards. I love my virtual on-demand gym. It's basically like the Netflix for workouts. Like, you can pick everything. So if you are wanting to, for example, fitness, do something like that, I'd recommend that be the place to start, because if you're intimidated by a gym, working out at home is totally doable and you don't need a gym. If you're wanting to take a cooking class, there's things on YouTube and there's videos on YouTube that can teach you how to do it. But if you really want that hands-on, very specialized thing, you might need to go to a class. So that's where I talk about with the money option, because again, hobbies cost money. Things in life cost money. Now, if your goal in life is to watch amazing sunsets, you may be able to go into your backyard. I have no control over that, though. Next thing is, the next obstacle that a lot of times people will say to me is, investing in myself doesn't feel worth it. It feels like it's too much, it's too expensive, it's over the top, and I get it. But at the same hand, the argument I always have for that is, we only get one body. We need to take care of ourselves. And sometimes we feel guilt for investing in ourselves, like spending money on something for ourselves. But at the end of the day, you're worth it. You are a valuable person. You are worth investing in. So if there's something you want to do for yourself, you know, why not? Now, I'm not saying go out and buy 20 Powerball tickets. That's not what I'm saying. But if it's, for example, one of the things that I invest in for myself, and I absolutely love it, is I get monthly facials. They're not cheap. They're not $40 facials. I'm going to a licensed esthetician who's really, truly making my skin the best that it can be. But it's that hour for myself that I get to lay there and let somebody else pamper me. It feels so luxurious. It is just, it's an amazing feeling. I'm happy for the rest of the day and for the rest of that weekend usually, because it just makes me feel good about myself. And isn't that worth it? You know, you are a valued, worthwhile human being. You're worth investing in and dedicating time for. So that is, oh my gosh, that is everything. Talking about the objections. I'm kind of curious, what are some of your objections to reaching the goals? What are some of your obstacles for reaching your goals? I know a lot earlier we talked about getting out of our ways with limiting beliefs and those kind of really silly things that we believe about ourselves, like maybe I'm not good enough or I can't do it. But if you've made it towards the end of the video of this series, you're amazing, because you've made it through this whole series. Like, you completed something, you've accomplished something. That is something to be proud of. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Starting in March, I've got like March all planned out. I am aiming to do 2 videos a week. We'll see how that goes. I'll be perfectly honest, I'm a little nervous. It's outside of my comfort zone. But guess what? I am pushing myself to do this. I want to get better. I want to grow as a person and get out of that comfort zone and into that growth zone. So if you have any questions about anything in these videos, let me know down below. Chasing Wellness free group is going to be adding some more fun stuff for March. If you're curious about the workouts, getting the momentum to continue doing all of that, or if there's any health and fitness goals you want to achieve, fill out the form below to get into my Chasing Wellness Fit Gym, and we will get you an accountability going and get you to the point where you are rocking it. Thank you so much, you guys. If you have followed this whole series, I am beyond appreciative of it. Stuff like this is kind of my jam because I do this a lot in my therapy job. So I love talking about stuff like this. If there's any other videos or any series that you're curious about or you want me to do, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.